Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I already have my base and eyebrows on, so we could just focus on the eyes for a fall makeup tutorial. If you would, please just give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and also make sure you turn on that bell so that way you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. And let's get started. Okay, we are just doing the eyes and the lips on camera today to keep it a little simple because the base is just the base. You guys have seen me do it multiple times. I thought today we could play with the Milani palette that I have today. Looks like that on the inside. I did swatch a color right here. It just looks really pretty. It's just supposed to be, I guess, their most loved mattes. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into this color. It's called Toast of the Town, just to get a good transition going. This isn't going to show too much pigment, but it's a good amount to lay down for a base. Just take a little bit more. You want to do windshield wiper motions and also little circles. That's what I found to be the best for blending. And that looks pretty good for right now. And then with the same brush, then I'm going to go in with this color right here, Don't Raisin Your Voice. It looks like a reddish color. It looks like it almost matches the red on my shirt. So I guess we'll see if it actually works. I did swatch it to see what it would look like. I'm going to pick up a little bit on the brush like that. Start packing it first before I just go and blend, so that way it doesn't make a mess. And I'm just slowly building this color up, trying not to pick up way too much at one time. It's a very pretty color. When you want more pigment from a shadow, all you need to do is just stamp it on. And then if it is a shimmer shade and it's not being quite the pop that you wanted it to be, you can get your brush a little wet with some setting spray and it helps it. I'm just slowly bringing that shade up. We're not trying to go too crazy, but we also want the pigment to be there. I'm also holding my brush at the end, so that way it gives me more control of how soft my blending is. Now I'm just going to go back in with that bigger, fluffier brush with our first transitions shade. And I'm just going to go back over the edges and help keep the blend going. I often go back and forth between which shades I'm using and which brushes I use. It takes longer, but it also helps perfect your blend. And again, going back in with the darker shade. First, just stamping the color in. And then I'm gonna start blending it in. Then once I get this to where I want it, and then I'm going to go in with probably a darker shade to help a little bit more. I like to blend like the big major blend with the lighter color, because I feel like if you do it with the darker color, then it could come off too dark. I also try to get the camera all nice and close and personal, so just let me know how you like that. Okay, we're gonna leave that there for now. And then for the darker shade, I'm gonna take this one, and with a tiny little like bullet brush almost is what I'm gonna pick that up on. And I'm gonna put it right there. And I'm just gonna use the same brush that had the maroon shade on it and pick up a little bit of that dark brown and just try to feather in. I always pick up the color on the side of the brush instead of the tip, and then the side that has the color, I face it towards the inside of my eye. Then on this part where I'm like blending at the bottom of the crease, I have the colored part, the part that I put color on, facing the bottom. Especially when I'm doing a look like this where I'm going to cut the crease. I'm going to take that brush and I'm going to use my color switch just to knock off the excess of that dark brown. And I'm going to dip right back into the reddish, maroonish brown color. And go on the edges again, just to reinforce that color. And I'm going to blend it up a little bit into my eyebrow, just at the head. Take the lighter color again, just around the edges. I could sit here and blend my eyeshadow forever, but I'm gonna stop right there for now on the top. Okay, now I'm gonna take a little bitty bullet brush and I'm gonna dip into the reddish brown maroon color, and I'm gonna do the bottom. Trying to be careful not to get fallout everywhere. So when you first load your brush up with the pigment, try to just stamp it on. And I'm going to dip into the light shade with a small brush and start to diffuse that and make it go in with the upper right here on the side. Then with an angled brush, I'm going to do a tight line of the brown, the darkest brown. And before I blend that out, I'm going to go in with a brown liner. Okay, now that we have that liner in our waterline, I went ahead and set it with the darker brown, and now I'm going in and blending it. Maybe. My eyes were watering, so it was making that stick. Now that we have that like that, I'm going to cut the crease. And for cutting the crease, I just take my P. Louise base and a flat brush, preferably a round one, and I just kind of stamp it on there in whatever shape I'm wanting that day. It doesn't necessarily have to be the cleanest thing either. Okay, that is the general shape that I want. I am also going to take my sponge and I'm going to tap on it just a little bit around where my crease is, like my actual crease, just to take off any extra product, and also on the edge to help blend it in so it's not such a harsh line there. And then because this is an all matte palette, I went ahead and grabbed my Tati Beauty palette. And I think I'm going to use this color right here. It's the metallic of the orange. I think it's called Story, the metallic Story. And I'm going to try it with a brush first to see how it applies, because I normally use my fingers, but because I have nails on, I'm going to try my brush first. Lean your head back. And pat it on. I'm going slow so I can slowly build up the color. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to dip back into the Milani palette for this color, and I'm going to tap that over the edge where the glitter and the matte shade meets. Just tapping so that way I don't disturb the glitter and make it like explode all over my face. Oh, it's so pretty. Gosh, it's so pretty. Going back over the crease one more time. Again, not trying to touch the glitter, just so I can make sure that everything looks pretty much how I want it, you know. I do have a little bit of fallout on my face, but that's okay. And then because I am a psychopath, I'm going to go back in with the lightest shade again, just to go over the edges. At this point, it probably doesn't really do much, but it makes me feel better about myself. I'm gonna wrap it around. The underneath of this eye doesn't look very good. But like I said, my eye was watering. So I'm just glad it didn't take the whole thing off. Alrighty, and I think last touches will be to take a small flat brush, and I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use this color right here. I'm going to put that underneath my brow bone. Where did my brush go? How did I lose my brush? Oh, found it. I'm going to take a little bit of that underneath the brow bone just to highlight. Now I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do the other eye, maybe some liner and some lashes, and I'll be back for the lip. Okie dokie, I got both eyes on, I did a little wing, and we got some lashes on. Now it's time for the lips. I'm trying to decide on what I want to do, so I have out a couple of liners here. Those are virtually the same color. I think these are virtually the same color from what I can tell. I swatched the Jaclyn lip liner in Hot Tea and the Morphe lip liner in Sweet Tea. That's what they both look like. Yeah, I think that's going to be our picks for today. I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Jaclyn one because I've been wanting to test her formula. It went on pretty easily. I'm just going to fill in the whole lip. It's a pretty color. I want to try it so bad. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna zoom out real quick. Okay guys, that is the finished look. Hope you guys like it. I'm feeling very spooky season. I'm feeling hot as hell, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry I had to bounce back and forth between two different palettes, but I mean, hey, I'm sure if you guys have like these colors in just one palette, you can do that as well. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and also make sure you turn on that bell so that way you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Bye!